What's up, everybody? All right, so it is hump day. Okay. The weather today is it's nice. It's nice and negative today. So today our topic is moving to Korea. All right, so we're gonna start at the beginning. Let's go back about 3 months before we got here. We shipped our household goods, our car, and we shipped our unaccompanied baggage, like almost all in the same week. Um, with our car, we had to clean it out. We were told it had to be like squeaky clean. So my husband took, the water hose and he cleaned underneath the truck, all inside the truck, windows, everything. And we were told that from one of our friends when they went to go turn their car into the nearest port, which happened to be Atlanta because we came from Gordon, that they told them they had to go clean their car again, like multiple times, like, oh, spot here, spot there, clean this, clean that. So luckily we, got some of that information ahead of time. So we cleaned our car very well. And when we got up there, we have any problems with the cleanliness of the truck. However, there couldn't be anything in the truck that wasn't like necessary to the truck, accessory wise. So the truck was sent off without a hitch, and it arrived about 3 months later. So which really lined up very well when we moved into our apartment. Um, Household goods and our unaccompanied baggage, they both came around the same time as well. Household goods came the day that we moved into our apartment. So that worked out pretty well because we had some of our stuff. We did have to borrow some things from housing, like furniture. We borrowed a couch and we borrowed that chair back there, and we borrowed a couple of things. We have some dressers, some bookcases that we actually ended up keeping so that we could have this lovely office. Um, I was told the mattresses on the borrowed furniture wasn't going to be the great, and they weren't so bad. They weren't nearly as stiff as the beds in the hotel rooms, so it was definitely a upgrade. When our stuff arrived, of course, we had to check things over. You want to make sure things aren't damaged, that you can be reimbursed for those things. Same thing when our unaccompanied baggage came. We had to make sure we took pictures of everything, like right there on the spot, and notated things to make sure that we reported those things to, I guess, the housing office. So make sure you do that. They're very nice. They'll put things wherever you want to put them. They'll put together your furniture. They will put things where you want to go. Like as far as like arrangements, I had to move some furniture because my husband was home and it's pretty heavy. So they helped me with that. I mean, they were so speedy. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous how fast they were, and they even like took their shoes off and stuff like every time, which was crazy. I do have a video on them moving things into my home and also just seeing how they lift things up on this like lever device type elevator thing, and they just move things from the ground all the way up into your window in your house. It's really neat. Like these people are so smart. They're way smarter than us when it comes to things like that. So anyway, just make sure that you're organized. We ended up putting everything into one room when we received it. Well, as far as boxes are concerned, we put everything into one room. So we just kind of like, well, me, we could, I could, me, pull out, pull out a box or two a day, so I wouldn't feel overwhelmed. And it just kept it organized. But we need to back up a little bit. Let's go back to after I shipped my stuff. So we shipped our stuff 3 months in advance. To pack here, okay, I didn't have access to my full wardrobe from, let's say, May to August. So what I did was I packed a capsule wardrobe. And if you're not familiar with those, it's basically where you have a specific amount of items, like say 15, and they're all interchangeable and all can match each other. So you don't feel like you're always wearing the same clothes because you're doing different combinations. So it just keeps it interesting. I have a family of four, so we all had about 2 bags apiece. So I know that you can get more, and I guess I'll put it in the description below of how many bags you can get apiece, but we had two. Two worked just fine. I mean, I think it's better to be efficient with your packing, but also kind of like thinking in terms of when you pack, okay, can I wear these clothes for 90 days if my clothes don't arrive? You know, what seasons will I go into if my things aren't there as expected? So just remember that. Um, what else about packing? Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's get to the hotel. So we get there and we stayed at Dragon Hill Lodge for almost a week. Not quite. Um, I think we got there on a Monday. We got on a Friday. I mean, that's like a work week. Oh. And then we came down to Walker, and we were in this very nice boutique themed um, hotel room. 2 beds, computers, little small, like table and chairs for little people. And then it had a wash area. It had a big tub and shower, and then a separate toilet area. It was nice, but it was super small. I might have a picture of it. It was really small, and it was really small for a family of four with 2 boys versus me and a grown man. So it was too small. So we stayed there for a night, and of course, we kept all those receipts. Keep your receipts, people, um, and make sure your government travel card is um, up to date and not expired. Next, we went to another hotel, which was very large. It was almost like a studio apartment to me. It didn't have a kitchen in it, but it had like a dedicated sitting area with a couch. It had a queen size bed. It had a microwave, and it had a refrigerator, very nice bathroom area, vanity area, 2 computers. It was very nice, and it was big enough where we weren't like on top of each other all the time. So we stayed there for about 3 weeks and kept those receipts. And we were able to make some mock meals, like sandwiches and warming things up, like nasty little sodium filled pasta joints. But it worked, save a dollar, whatever. It wasn't too far from Post where my husband he did need a ride, but it wasn't like super far in terms of like how we're used to living. You just have to get used to walking around here. It was so hot and nasty, but it's just like a part of your new life. So the hotel experience was about 3 weeks. Um, we found out we were living off post, so they gave us a map of all of the realtors in the area. So we just picked one or two, met with them. They came and picked us up from the hotel. They took us to various hotels within our budget and, of course, our BAH and just things that we wanted. We wanted a 3-bedroom apartment with a decent sized kitchen and nice bathrooms. That was pretty much what we were looking for. And we ended up getting it. We were actually able to get an apartment within our budget, 1.5. Yeah, I think it's 1.5 million won. We're millionaires. I don't know if they tell you that when you come over here, but you just turn into millionaires in terms of won. So it's very nice. It's close to Camp Henry, so I can go to the gym or run to the shop at or go to the kids' soccer games and practices. It's very close. I can ride my bike. They can ride their bikes. So anyway, we pay our rent and utilities to our realtor, and they gave us receipts, and then they go pay it for us. and deposit at the bank or whatever. So everything goes through the realtor. You don't go through the landlord, you go through the realtor. They, are there to kind of help you out and translate things and whatnot. So make sure you like your realtor. Ours is very nice, very sweet lady, no problems. I can communicate well with her via text message, by request of her. So it works out pretty well. Yeah, she's nice. She even told me where some thrift stores are. So excited about that. Okay, utilities. Oh, before we could move into our apartment, once we picked it, we had to have a walkthrough and an inspection. So after the inspection was cleared or approved, then we were able to sign our lease. And then we were able to finally move in at the beginning of the month. So again, we were in a hotel in Korea for a total of 3 weeks. And in those hotels, those beds were super, super, super hard. And every time we came back to the hotel from, being out and about, dinner, going on post, whatever, they always turned the air off and the window was always open. So it's always super hot. We always had to cool it back down, which sucked, but it's all good. Oh yeah, and then the TV, they did have an American channel with just American movies, but then all the other channels were all in Korean. So we didn't even get cable. We just watched Netflix and chill because it we can access everything online. So cable is really not a necessity for us. But you can get cable and get AFN network with it and watch all those, they have like a really good lineup of shows that are like current, and they play all sports and things for children and the news. But we'll talk about the news later. Anyway, so that's my experience going from packing up our stuff all the way to moving into the apartment. Um, I could probably go further in detail about just living in this apartment, but I guess I'll just do a tour. Wait.